Runtime. If I knew you were making the rounds on foot, I would have had some nice-eyed Minestrone waiting for you.
This keeps me warm. Oh, good evening, Sal.
Hey, say hi to Angela for me.
Eddie! Eddie! Somebody help! Help! Somebody help!
Well, ain't our old friend Jasper Mullins. What's the rush, Jasper? Spot a little old lady you'd like to roll?
That's him! That's the guy!
He just shot and killed Eddie Parma.
Cuff him. You gotta be out of your mind, Jasper. The guy pulled a gun on me. I didn't have a choice. That's the least of your problems. The stiff is Eddie Parma. You just killed Al Capone's favorite bagman.
We got the money back. Cops knew it was ours.
Who did it?
Jasper Mullins. Street slime. Picks on women and kids. And I put some cash together for Eddie's wife.
Eddie Palmer was like family. I want the son of a bitch that did this, Frank. I want you to bring him here. I want to look him in the eye before I kill him.
Might be a little problem with that. He's in Cook County lockup. 24-hour protection.
I don't care how much it costs. I don't care how long it takes. I want this guy dead.
So, Ross, 6 months on the job. Already E.Q. Johnson's got you doing his dirty work, huh?
You familiar with this mug?
Jasper Mullins, the guy who plugged Eddie Parma. What about him?
Well, it turns out we've got a laundry list of interstate theft charges against him. The boss is shipping him to Indianapolis to federal court to stand trial.
Good luck getting him there in one piece. Word on the street is Capone wants him dead.
I know. That's why we're putting our best man on it.
Yeah? No. Look, you tell Johnson we're short-handed enough as it is. Now, I don't need to tell you what losing Mike Malone has done to this operation.
Normally, I would let the marshals handle it, but they don't have enough experience dealing with Capone's muscle.
No.
Look at it this way, Elliot. Get a chance to get out of the city. Take a little drive in country air.
Right. With the prisoner wearing a Capone bullseye around his neck. No.
I don't know. I mean, Jasper Mullins never was too bright. But knocking over Capone's bagman takes the cake.
Mr. Ness.
Wow. Elliot Ness?
There's been a slight change in plans.
Where's Jasper Mullins?
He's in the prison hospital. Just got out of surgery. Mullins came down with acute appendicitis this morning.
Then I guess we're off the hook.
Not exactly. This is the other prisoner you're transporting, Cornelius Tucker.
It's a real pleasure, Mr. Ness. We're all big fans of yours back in Bluff's Corner.
Officer Shekels.
Warden. With all due respect, Ross Thurman contacted me specifically about transporting Jasper Mullins. Now, there was never any mention.
We always move 2 prisoners at a time. Tucker here is headed to Indianapolis, same as Mullins was supposed to.
What's he up for?
Felony, 2 counts.
I won't be no trouble. I promise this will be just like a vacation for you.
Sean. Vacation.
Come on, son.
Now, how are we gonna keep Mullins in one piece? You know he's a sitting duck for Capone in the prison hospital.
Relax. This appendicitis thing is a blessing. We put out the word, Mullins is shipping out his plan. By the time Capone figures out he's not in the transport, we'll have Mullins back in a secure lockup.
Then you're gonna make Ness a sitting duck.
Taking them straight to the federal lockup in Indianapolis.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, positive. They leave this morning.
All right. Did good, Joey. I owe you. Frankie. I got something you gotta take care of for me.
What do you got, Frank?
You're gonna need Carmine and Rocky.
Get Carmine in here.
They're moving that lowlife, Jasper Mullins, out of Cook County. Now, a guy on the inside said they're taking him to a federal penitentiary in Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's right.
Al wants Mullins' head on a platter. He's leaving in a 27 Ford. That's a license plate number.
I don't know Indiana that well, Frank.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna hook you up with an old friend of ours, Johnny Peters. Takes care of things for us down there. Frank, I don't have to tell you what Al feels about Eddie Palmer. I'm gonna be counting on you.
Take a good long look, kid. This is the last piece of open scenery you're gonna see for a while. How long did you say you were in for?
12 years.
How old are you, kid?
18.
18. Remember what that was like, Elliot?
Oh, yeah. How old I was when I met Catherine. It's a good age, kid. Shame you'll be spending it behind bars.
Well, I can handle it. My daddy went off to fight in the Great War when he was about my age. That took a lot of years out of him.
Yeah, your daddy was fighting for something good. Seems to me like you did just the opposite.
Well, I'm not proud of it, sir. But I told my mama this would not be wasted time. I made this list.
What list?
Now, I don't think Corny here realizes that he's going to prison, not summer camp.
Well, sure I do. I read that book, The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, my mama read most of it to me on account that I don't read so good. Well, that's the kind of things I'm gonna do. Learn stuff like that Count feller did.
Yeah.
First year, I figure I'll read a whole bunch of books till I get better at it. Maybe, 3 Musketeers.
Now, trust me, kid, that's going to be the extent of your excitement for the next few years.
Second year, I think I'll be ready for harder stuff. Maybe learn up about history and stuff like that.
You know, Elliot, I don't know why more kids don't try to get into prison instead of going to college like some of them do.
Take it easy on him, Sean. Let's not make his last days of freedom any tougher.
You've got to be kidding. This is a piece of cake compared to what's coming.
Well, that's what that feller Agent Prossick said.
Alec Prossick?
Yes, sir. You heard of him?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him. This is a guy who'd bust his own grandmother if he figured it would add to his conviction record. Quinlan here's right, kid. Enjoy the scenery while you can.
Johnny Peters, it's been a while, Paisan.
Frankie Rio. Frankie, what an honor.
What's that?
Boys, I want you to meet Frankie Rio, direct from Capone's suite in the Lexington Hotel in Chicago.
Boys?
All right. Who'd you bring with you, Frankie?
Rocky Carmine, sailor, #1 brass knuckles man in the whole state of Indiana.
Now, Frankie, you're flattering me. Lou, I want you to make Mr. Rio a drink. Bourbon?
It's fine.
2 bourbons. So, Frankie, what is this about Mr. Capone wanting us to do him a favor? I mean, whatever it is, we can handle it.
Salud. There's a punk that Al don't like in a car on the way to a federal prison. Al wants to make sure he never gets there.
But Frankie, I mean, you know, this is a piece of cake. I mean, this is something you could have sat at home and waited for the phone to ring.
I know, Johnny, I know. But let me tell you who's driving the car. His name is Elliot Ness. And he ain't no piece of cake.
Guten Abend.
Hallo.
Hast du Hunger?
Ja, Sir.
Lasst uns nett und freundlich sein. Je weniger Aufmerksamkeit wir erregen, desto besser. Hm?
Na, wie geht's uns denn heute?
Wir können nicht klagen, danke.
Jetzt, da wir hier sind, gut.
Möchten Sie vielleicht einen Kaffee?
Oh ja, bitte.
Ach ja, für mich auch. Und, hey, willst du ein Glas Milch?
Ja, Sir. Okay. Wissen Sie schon, was Sie wollen?
Natürlich. Aber das steht bestimmt nicht auf der Karte.
Cornelius, weißt du, was du willst?
Ja, Sir. Es gibt doch sicher Steak und Eier.
Mhm.
Blutig. Mit Speckstreifen und Kartoffeln.
Aber wir wollen doch nicht, dass du verhungerst. Du willst doch bestimmt auch Soße und ein Stück Brot dazu.
Hm? Man, just a ham sandwich and a bowl of the soup, thanks.
And I'll have the special.
Yeah, one heck of an appetite there. A lot of men would be too scared to even think about food at a time like this.
My daddy used to say you can be scared and hungry, or just plain scared. 1 hour before he died, he had a plate full of grits and a pound slab of bacon.
Maybe that's what killed him.
Actually, he got caught underneath the backhoe.
I'm sorry.
All due respect, sir. I know I may be a convicted felon and all, but I don't think they give you the right to sit there and make fun of my daddy.
Get this under control. Gotta get some air. I bet it gets real lonely out here.
You don't mean no harm.
You always give people the benefit of the doubt.
Well, you wouldn't have a man on your team who was anything less than honorable. That's what they say about Elliot Ness, and I can see that it's true.
You seem like a good kid. How'd you get into all this trouble?
It wasn't hard. Things happen.
What things?
Well, I'd rather not talk about it, sir. I did what I did, and now I'm ready to pay the price.
Looks like Mr. Quinlan just struck out.
Well, if he's treating that waitress the way he's been treating me, I'm not surprised.
Something tells me he's treating her just a little bit differently. And how was the air?
Bit nippy.
Here you go. There's no charge for these. Thought you might like them for the road.
Thank you, man. Hope the food in prison is this good.
Oh, it's outstanding, kid. They have chefs from all over the world, and you can order anything you'd like.
Is that true, Mr. Ness?
It's pulling your leg. Worry about you, Cornelius. Life in prison's gonna be a little tougher than what you're used to.
I'm plenty used to fellas as tough as they come. You should have seen me with Randy Beal.
Okay, I'll bite. Who's Randy Beal?
Only the meanest, craziest sumbitch you ever just saw. Everyone within 3 miles of Bluff's Corner was scared of him. You see, one time, he picked up my mama's favorite cat, threw it against a tree as hard as he could. I'll tell you, that cat was never right in the head again.
Excuse me, but is there a point to all this?
Well, I walked straight up to him, nose to nose. And while he was standing there all mean and ornery and ugly looking with his hands on his hips, I kicked him right smack dab in the acorn. He never touched my mama's cat again.
Terrific. Someone who stands up for cats. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, kid. You're gonna have everyone in prison shaking in their boots.
Sean, Sedan's been tailing us.
Maybe they're just passing through.
That sure is a fancy car for these parts. Dang, you think it's some of Al Capone's men gunning for you?
Just keep your head down.
Elliot.
Yeah, I see him.
Get down.
this thing out of here! Where did they go?
I don't know.
Will somebody tell me where the hell they went?
I don't know, Frankie, I don't know.
Get in the car, Johnny. They gotta be up the road. Let's get out of here.
Hast du eine Ahnung, wo wir sind?
Ist doch egal. Wir sollten froh sein, dass wir noch leben.
Auf jeden Fall fahren wir nach Osten.
Toll, ein menschlicher Kompass.
Nehmen wir an, wir fahren nach Osten.
Dann dürften wir, wenn wir immer geradeaus fahren, etwa in 10 Meilen auf den Highway kommen.
Nur vorher geht uns das Benzin aus.
Glauben Sie denn, dass die Typen es nochmal versuchen?
Ich sag es.
Say this, Cornelius, but it's your hide they're after.
How do you figure?
Jasper Mullins. I'd bet money that that's who Capone figures is in our back seat.
Oh, come on, Elliot. If a con gets sent to the hospital, the entire prison population knows about it.
Sure. Well, somebody doesn't want him to know.
The warden.
Right. Protecting Mullins becomes a whole lot easier for the warden. Capone's boys figure he's with us.
Oh, there should be a house up ahead.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, I don't exactly see it, but all the gravel in the road has been tracked here by cars coming from the other direction.
Ever read any Sherlock Holmes?
No, sir. What's that?
Somebody you might want to add to the list.
Be a son of a bitch. The kid was right.
Look at this. Well, it's a house, all right.
You can say that again.
Under better circumstances, this might be a nice going-away gift for you, kid.
Let's not get any ideas, Joe.
Great gal, isn't she?
We're here for gasoline. Gasoline. Evening, ladies. We,
Welcome.
go in?
Yeah, come on.
When you play the love game, it needs to be a man.
Thank you. Anyone in charge here?
You're Elliot Ness.
That's right.
Girls, it looks like we have a celebrity here. You're even handsomer than your pictures.
Thanks.
You're here on business or pleasure?
What's the chance of getting a little gasoline around here?
Not good. Closest place is 20 miles from here, and they don't open up till morning.
Quinlan. Morning.
At least there's not a shortage of beds.
Thank you.
You think I'm kidding? I've never been with a woman before. I swear, I promise. I just...
John. Forget about it. Excuse us, won't you? It's only a matter of time till Capone's boys catch our scent.
Picking up one hell of a scent myself.
I've never seen so many pretty women.
Oh, gotta take it all in, kid. These memories are gonna have to last you a good long time.
Rub it in, Quinlan.
Just being realistic, Elliot. I mean, how's a big young buck like this gonna do without?
It won't be hard for me. Can't miss what you never had.
Never? I mean, with all those healthy, beautiful farm girls, how could you possibly miss?
It's no big deal.
Didn't you have a girlfriend?
I did. We'd been going steady since the 7th grade, but we never... Well, you know what I mean. We were waiting until we got married. Now I hear she's gonna marry someone else. I don't blame her. I mean, 12 years is a long time to sit and watch your life drift by.
Hardest thing in the world, kid. Loving someone so much you have to let her go.
Elliot, where are you?
Minaret County. We ran into some trouble.
So we expected you to get into Indianapolis a couple hours ago. Is everything okay?
Capone's boys are on our backs. I figure they think that we've got Mullins.
Look, I'll call Prossick and the federal boys in Indiana. They'll come and escort you.
No, they'll lead Capone right down our throats.
Well, you're not going to get help from the local cops, at least not until you get out of Minaret County.
Now, Paul, do this. Have the federal boys meet us at the county line. I think we can handle it till then.
You got it.
Paul, one other favor. The paperwork on the Tucker kid, look it over.
Tell me what it says he's doing time for.
Check forgery. Why, is he a problem?
No, in fact, if I didn't know any better, I'd figure he spent his whole life helping little old ladies cross the street.
Well, it says here he crossed the street, went into the bank, and cashed a phony check for $26.
26 bucks. They give him 12 years. All right, thanks, Paul.
Hi, babe.
Ladies.
Mr. Ness? Mr. Ness, here. The girls and I agreed. We can't take this. Not on the kid's last night of freedom.
Quinlan, get down here.
Elliot, okay. Let me explain.
You go up and get him out of there.
Oh, so you want me to go back there and tuck him into his skivvies?
We are escorting a prisoner, for God's sake.
Listen, I thought it would be a better idea to keep him occupied instead of keeping him attached to a bedpost.
Nice try, Sean. You're the one who's been so hard on him.
All right, I understand, all right? But look, the kid's 18 years old, Elliot. I mean, by the time he gets out of the pen, he's gonna be older than I am. No, I promise I'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah? I want you camped outside his room. First sign of daylight, we are on the move.
Absolutely, boss.
Absolutely.
Don't you want to take your clothes off?
Daisy's a good name for you. You're real pretty. Just like a flower.
You're kind of smooth for a farm boy.
I might have used that line once or twice before. When I was in school, I had a girlfriend. Her name was Rose.
Bet she was real pretty. What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Well, no, I like you fine. I never thought I'd do this till I got married.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty strange, huh?
I don't think that's strange. I don't think that's strange at all. Want to hear something true? Something you're not going to believe?
Sure.
I just got here Wednesday. I ain't never done this kind of thing before.
I guess we both got something in common.
You act like you're all business. But I have a feeling you've got something else on your mind.
Tell all that just by looking at me, huh?
Well, over 20 years of making men happy, you learn to spot the ones who are beyond help. Well, what do you say? Your partner's inside.
I can't, but you go right ahead.
I've had my share of cops in here. Usually they're not so much cheating on their wives as they are ashamed to face them.
Why do you suppose that is?
Because the wives have already been jilted. You boys are all married to your job. I guess you don't spend too much time around places like this.
No. I had a friend. Best friend a man could have is just as loud and as rowdy as they come. Would have been the first man up those stairs. He was the best cop I ever knew. Guess I'm starting to see it isn't all just black and white.
Well, if you change your mind.
Right after Daddy died, Mama took sick and followed him. That was only last summer.
I'm real sorry to hear about that, Daisy.
Chloe's just 4 years old. Little Jimmy's just going on 10. It's just the three of us now.
I guess it was up to you to clothe them and feed them.
Couldn't let the county take them. We couldn't get another job, so here I am. Guess I'm in prison, too.
Daisy?
Yeah?
I like you. I like you a lot. Do you like me?
I sure do.
Would you go with me? If I come get you when I get out of prison? I promise. I promise with all my heart that when I get out of that prison, I'll come here and find you. And if you're not here, I'll find you wherever you are. And I'll take you away. And we'll be together. Forever. Promise to wait for me?
I promise, Lord, I promise.
Prozik here.
Agent Prozik, Paul Robbins, Chicago. Elliot Ness sends his regards.
Oh, yes. How is Ness? Still grabbing headlines?
Actually, at the moment, he's with an old friend of yours, Cornelius Tucker.
The check forger? He's supposed to be on his way to the federal pen. What is he doing with Ness?
Ness is the transporting officer. Look, it's a long story. The short of it is he's got Capone muscle breathing down his tailpipe.
Robbins, what is this all about? I know you boys see Capone underneath every rock, but the terrain is pretty smooth out this way.
Agent Prozik, Ness needs an escort at the Minaret County line. I figure you got something invested in this. You were Tucker's arresting officer.
You're damn right I do. You let his kind of crime go unpunished in times like this, you are going to open a floodgate you will not believe.
Sir, I believe the important thing here is they both make it to the prison alive.
So do I. Tell Ness we'll be waiting for him.
Elliot. They're here. Get Cornelius.
Oh, Elliot, what is it? What's going on?
Get the girls away from
What?
the
I don't-
windows. Just do it, please.
Idiot!
Damn it, Cornelius.
You two guys go around the back. Carmine, you stay here. Johnny and I are going in.
Where's Cornelius? He bolted. I don't know.
Excuse me, ma'am. Have you seen a dark blue Ford with 3 men in it?
Doesn't ring a bell.
There he is. Come on. I did a little tire work for him. Get in the car.
What the hell? What the hell happened? Carmine, what are you doing?
pull a stunt like that again, I will be.
If you can take your finger off the trigger, it's clear as far as I can see.
Good. So they're not the only ones we have to worry about. Sure, the folks around here aren't going to take too kindly to city slickers siphoning off their gasoline.
Well, just tell them who you are. They'd be happy to give you their gas.
Easier to get forgiveness than it is permission. Stealing a couple gallons of gasoline is not too different from what you did, is it?
What are you talking about?
Cornelius forged a check for $26. They're sending him away for 12 years.
That's about a year for every $2.
Yeah.
At 5 cents a gallon. Hell, Elliot, they could lock us up for a couple months.
Pardon me, Mr. Ness, but what I did was a federal crime.
Tell me this. What'd you need the money for? Food for your family? Clothing?
No, sir. Weren't none of those things. I told you. I don't want to talk about it.
May not be too late to try to help. Get a good lawyer. Reopen the case. All right. Give it a shot. It's just what we need. Engine trouble.
Good morning, boys. You should have just come and asked for help, Mr. Ness. Yeah, I always wanted me one of them newfangled Fords.
Yeah, in exchange for your old clunker and a full tank? Atta boy, Elliot. Listen, remind me to do the negotiating next time.
Excuse me, son, but that old clunker happens to be the most reliable automobile in Minaret County. I'll be happy to throw in breakfast for you fellers.
No, it's not a bad idea, Elliot. The last thing the Goombos figure is to get ahead of us.
Let's eat.
So, young feller, hey, you must have killed somebody pretty important to raid an escort from Elliot Ness.
Well, no, sir. I took my uncle's disability check and forged a signature to get the money.
Your own uncle pressed charges?
He was hurt real bad back in the war, and he came back to live with my mama and me. I had to feed him just like he was a baby. See, after he come back, all he thought about night and day was what was gonna happen to him after he died. See, he wasn't scared of dying. He was scared of being in the ground.
So you paid for his burial?
He got into his darn fool head that he needed to have the best coffin that money could buy. So we were saving up for him. A couple of bits or so each month. But then, he went so fast.
You paid $26 for a coffin? Now, that's what I call going in style.
Cornelius, how come you kept all this to yourself? Why didn't you tell the judge?
I was afraid they'd dig him up and take his coffin back.
So they gave you 12 years. Hey, we've got murderers who get off with less than that every day.
Don't go making me out to be so pure. That's not the whole story. Believe me, I was guilty.
Where's Cornelius?
In the outhouse. Oh, and I suppose you want me to go stand watch?
Yeah. No, he didn't take off back at the whorehouse when he had the chance. I don't think we need to worry.
So you like the kid too, don't you?
Sean, you ever steal anything when you were a kid? Have a little run-in with the law?
Are you kidding? Too many times. And if it wasn't for a cop in the neighborhood who set me straight, I just might have wound up being one of Corny's future cellmates.
You're lucky that cop got to you when he did. Time to go.
Elliot? Maybe it's not too late. I've been thinking. Suppose he accidentally disappears.
Sean.
Well, look at the way... We're out in the middle of East Bum Shoe anyway. You know, things happen. Well, hell, he could be well on his way now.
Cornelius is our prisoner, and I like it or not. We got a job to do. Go get him.
Here we go, Cornelius. Home stretch.
It's 2 miles left at the fork. It's a little farther that way, but it'll keep you off the main road. You all snug in there?
We're plenty snug.
Yes, sir. Real comfy.
Now, that kid seems pretty decent. And all he's gonna get for it is a lifetime of misery. Why is that, Mr. Ness?
That's a real good question. Thanks for the help, Del.
Bye, sir.
All right, how much longer to the county line?
A couple of hours by the scenic route and a short hop over to the pen.
Let's get this over with. Could find a lawyer to take his case, maybe get him off on appeal.
Sure, then he'll inherit $1 million and live happily ever after.
The only thing we can do.
No, it's not. You know it. How much longer?
Not too long. Cornelius, back at the farm, you said you felt you were still guilty. Now, what else did you do besides forge your uncle's check?
Please, Mr. Ness. Well, you still have some good feelings about me. Don't make me tell you the rest.
We've got to know.
Well, remember the story about the coffin?
Yeah.
Well, that's not where the whole $26 went. See, I figured my uncle wanted the best. And I knew he wouldn't mind if I skimped just a little. So, I saved $2 by getting a cloth lining instead of a silk one.
You're saying you kept $2 for yourself?
Yes, sir. And I spent it all on stupid stuff, too. Like I bought a funny book and I treated a couple friends to a couple root beers.
And that's your crime?
Yes, sir. Just tell me that you don't think any less of me now.
No, Cornelius, we don't think any less of you.
Two city guys in a car, driving a 27 Ford.
No, I haven't seen anyone like this.
Are you sure you haven't seen them?
Why would I lie to you?
Let me ask you for the last time. Which way did they go? Carmine, let's go. Thanks a lot, Pops.
State road's just up ahead, then it's a few miles to the county line.
Great. Robin's got us a federal escort from there.
So we're home free.
Got the state road coming up. Should there be some traffic coming from the other direction?
Well, Johnny, what that hayseed told us, they should be here any minute.
Don't worry, Frankie. This time it's gonna be like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah, right.
Frank, I think this is done.
Get ready, boys. No excuse for missing this time. Okay, you ready? Fire!
Give me your gun.
Here. Can I use this? Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Let's get out of here. Come on, Carmine. Got move it.
What about Cornelius?
Cornelius, give me that.
Yes, sir.
Ness.
You all right? Yeah. I have some men covering the crossroads up ahead. Wouldn't be surprised if we nabbed some of Peter's boys, too. Where's your prisoner?
No trace of him, Elliot.
He took off while we were pinned down.
What? That man was headed for the federal penitentiary.
I know. You tell him Elliot Ness takes full responsibility. Got it? Let's go.
Daisy! What the? Excuse me, sir. But you got the wrong room here.
Hey, not so fast. I already paid for this girl here. Now wait a minute!
I'm taking you away from here. That is, if you'll have me.
But I thought they were taking you to jail.
We'll start a new life together. We'll go someplace where no one can find us. We'll get your little brother, sister, and we'll be just like family.
Dear Mr. Ness, please excuse the sloppy handwriting, but it can't be helped on account that I'm sitting here on a bus. Me and Daisy are headed for Montana, and I hear there's more mountain lions and lawmen out there, so maybe we'll get a clean start. I can't thank you enough for what you did. All I can do is promise that I'll take real good care of myself and Daisy. And I'm gonna stay on the straight and narrow from here on out. Say hi to Mr. Quinlan for me. Your friend always, Cornelius Tucker.